A bit of a background to Streamr Network for those that aren't familiar with it. So it was funded via TGE in 2017, and the mainnet has been kind of 5 years in the build. So Streamr Network, what is it? It's a decentralized network for real-time data sharing. There's a couple of really interesting features about the network, one of which is that it's designed to hyperscale. So because it's peer-to-peer, it actually gets more efficient, larger audience sizes, so to speak. So the more people that are participating in the real-time network at any point in time, the more efficient it becomes in terms of latency and cost, which is a really unique and important sort of feature of the technology, really. So for the last couple of years, we've been focusing on sort of protocol adoption, and we're used by other deep-in projects and Web3 technologies for decentralized serverless real-time data propagation. But as you hinted at, in the last 6 months, we've actually pivoted to focus on the application layer as well. So the reason for that is we want more data through the network and using this fantastic technology. And at the beginning of this year, we started testing for live video streaming, and it was very performant, and it met all of those kind of key metrics. And we're now, having launched MVP 1 and MVP 2 this year, in the new year, we're going to launch something called the Streamr Beta. And actually, we're moving much more into a privacy and security space because we are trustless. And so we're launching a decentralized video conferencing application. So you might think of it as decentralized Google Meet or decentralized Zoom, something along those lines. So that's Streamr Network and our future plans for the application there.
Cool. Why, I guess, does the world need decentralized meat, in your opinion?
Number of reasons, but I think the big one is that, let's start with the major players today. Google Meet is used ubiquitously, almost, closely followed by Zoom. And as a start point, they're not encrypted end-to-end by default. You have to ask yourself, why is that? That is such a cheap, again, ubiquitous technology. It would be very easy for Google Meet and Zoom to make that end-to-end encrypted by default. So let's start with there. Why is it not by default? Headlines in the recent weeks, there was a whistleblower, ex-Google engineer, who said that they were using personal data to train Gemini. That included Google Meet, as well as Google Mail, Google Drive, and everything else.
Right.
Every day I'm having confidential conversations on Google Meet. We kind of use Google out of convenience. We're a startup. G Suite's the best solution. Right. But I'm very conscious of the fact that everything that I'm saying, Google can have access, and if it's not Google, it's another potential snooper that might have a backdoor in there. So, of course, all of those things that I'm saying are very circumspect, but when you start going down the rabbit hole on these things, then it becomes more and more apparent about the size of that problem. Furthermore, what we've seen a lot, I see this on a monthly basis in crypto Twitter. Every other month, there's an experienced, advanced Web3 user who thinks they're speaking to a colleague or a contact, and they've been socially engineered into speaking to somebody else. And Zoom used to be a super clean, easy to use product, and it's become quite clunky as an application. And in those social engineering scams, the user is tricked into downloading malware, and some sort of infection happens on the local device, and lo and behold, a couple of minutes later, Web3 wallets are drained. There's been other examples in the Web2 world where very established companies, social engineers have managed to get past their security protocols and deepfake them into transferring large amounts of money from one bank account to another bank account. There's a very famous example from a UK engineering firm last year. This problem is only going to get worse as the internet becomes more complex in terms of who's using it, more AI driven. And so we need more secure and more private ways of doing this. I think when Web3 came about, one of the main narratives at the time was about privacy and security, trustless technology. and we kind of lost sight of that over time. And I see it as a key role that Web3 infra and DeepIn can play is really building more private, more secure solutions for not just Web3 users, but everyday users as well. I think that's kind of key. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially in Europe, they seem hell-bent on like just depriving us of any privacy. I will say I think it's a really tricky, it's a minefield once you get into it a little bit, the balance between convenience and privacy and security. But maybe we can double click on that in a second.